today we'll be talking about absolute value functions, right? So the word absolute means certainty. I don't even know if I spelled that right, but certainty, right? And what we mean by this, right? This certainty is that it will always have one answer, and the answer is positive. Whatever is in the bracket will become positive. For example, absolute value of -5 will be +5. Absolute value of 5 will be +5. Right? That's the math behind it. So let's do an example, right? Absolute value of x would be equal to, let's say, 10, right? What value of x, when put in the absolute value, would equate to 10? The obvious answer is 10, right? 10 is equal to 10. You understand that? However, most students make the mistake of forgetting that absolute value functions can have two answers if they're in the absolute. Let's say -10, right? Is equal to 10. Would that be the case? One is negative, one is positive. However, due to the absolute value, we can remove the negative and it will be positive. 10 is 10. Done. Okay, knowing the concept of absolute value, let's do an equation. 3x plus 16, okay. 3x plus 16 is equal to 5x. So I'm going to give you guys, let's say, at home, for all of you watching, I'll give you guys like 2 minutes to do this problem, alright? Just pause the video and get an answer ready and we'll discuss it. So how would we solve this? So for absolute value functions, we would bring this down to its positive form because absolute value can have negative inside the absolute value function, right? So it will be 3x plus 16 is equal to 5x. And what does this look like? This just looks like a regular equation. So let's solve it. Let's remove 3x from this side. 3x from this side. That's done. We have 2x is equal to 16 and x is equal to 8. However, remember how I said that absolute value will have two answers because it could be a positive and a negative depending on what's inside? Okay. So how will we do the negative? We have the positive connotation. Let's do the negative. For the negative, this is every single problem. This is all you need to do. If it has an x, you bring it down and so flip the sign. So 5x will become -5x. And we just bring the whole thing down. So 3x plus 16 is equal to a -5x, right? So let's bring the 5 to this side, plus 5x. We get 8x plus 16 equal to 0. Move 16 to the other side, let's make it a negative. We have 8x is equal to -16, x is equal to -2. So the answer for the first problem in positive connotation, we got 8. Negative connotation, we got -2. That doesn't necessarily mean that that would be the answer. And I'll tell you guys why. So these are our answers, right? 8 and -2. Let's plug in 8 and -2. Let's do 8 first. 8 times 3, 24, plus 16. Absolute value is equal to 5 times 8. 5 times 8 is 40. 24 plus 16, 40. Does the absolute value of 40 equal to 40? Yes. You can take it, it's correct. Now let's see negative 2. Okay, so 3 times negative 2, negative 6, plus 16, is equal to 5 times negative 2, that's 10, negative 10, 10, negative 10 is equal to negative 10. You would assume it's correct, right? However, we have the absolute value. That means we drag it down and remove the negative. Is 10 equal to negative 10? No, it's not. And the reason behind this is everything inside the absolute value would always be positive. However, this side doesn't have an absolute value. Let's say the absolute value was there next to the 5x, then yeah, this answer will be right. But because it doesn't have it, only one side is positive, leading to the other side being negative. So every time we have an equation like this, we know it can't be a negative number. Thus, the answer of x, positive 8.